everyone! Today I want to show you how to use Beepbox. Beepbox is a browser-based music creation tool that is super accessible, super fun, super easy to use. You can use it to effectively create music no matter what your musical experience is, no matter how much you know about composition, musical theory, whatever your knowledge or experience level is. You really don't need a lot of musical know-how in order to very easily create music, and I'm going to show you why. So I really love Beepbox as an educational tool. I think it's a really awesome way to be able to create music, especially like retro video game style music. I really enjoy showing this to students in all my classes, all sorts of grade levels, ages. And yeah, I think I would really like to shed some light on this tool and kind of get more people using it. I think it's awesome. So that's why I made this video today. So let's check it out. Let's check out how it works. Alright, so what you see here is you see this grid, and this is pretty much where your different notes go. And you pretty much just activate your notes just by clicking on different spots in the grid here. So you can just click anywhere you want and activate the notes. So you can make them shorter. You can make them longer by just dragging them out like this. You can even do like cool stuff like pitch bends if you just drag down the note like this. You could do kind of fun stuff like that. So that's pretty fun too. If you want to get rid of a note, just click it again and it'll go away. As long as you have a certain duration selected, each subsequent note will be of that duration, but it's very easy just to switch over. You can make quarter notes, you can make eighth notes, half notes, whole notes. There's all sorts of notes you can make. I kind of like to think of these as like my measures here, but you really don't have to worry about that too much. Just click and whatever sounds good to you, you can use that. So I'm gonna just start clicking on a few notes here. Cool, I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna just add a little extra thing here. Alright, cool. I'm not gonna fuss too much. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Now, if you really want to create retro style video game music, NES era music specifically, you're going to need to use certain sounds. Those certain square waves, triangle waves that we're familiar with. So, in order to change your sound, you're just gonna click here by type. You see, it's it'll randomly pick instruments for you every time you go to this website. So if you want to find your retro NES style sounds, you just have to go all the way up here, and you're going to click on Square Wave. Now, if you look over here towards like the lower left part of the screen, these are the 4 instruments you'll have available to you. If you click on these other colored number 1s, you'll have different instruments available to you. So let's make this second one. Let's also make it a square wave. Square lead is fine too, but we'll just make them square waves for now. This one, set all the way down to contrabass. We're going to go all the way up again. Click triangle wave. Now that's for your bass parts in these type of songs. And over here you have, you only have drum percussion sounds available to you for this last one here. So chip noise will do just fine. Alright, so we played a melody here. Now, as you could probably hear, as this is playing, it's going to keep playing this section. So what we did with this instrument is we're essentially just looping the same part over and over again. If you want to create another section of the song, you're going to have to click one of the numbers and change it to a different number, number 2 for instance. And you're going to have to create a new part there. So that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to actually make this number 2. And I'm just going to set that back to 0 just to keep it even. Okay, cool. So now, cool. Alright, so good. got a basic little tune there. Super quick, super short and sweet. So, let's add some drum parts next here. So you can hear you have a different variety of sounds. Now, if you see these numbers popping up, that's just here to warn you that when you're using the NES sounds, it's not authentic to have two notes of the same instrument playing at the same time. NES doesn't handle that sort of polyphony, so each line can only play one note at once. So you just want to be aware of that. So that's the drum part. I'm going to play around with this a little bit more and try to get something a little different. Cool. I think that sounds pretty good. Again, I'm not going to fuss too long on these parts because I just want you to get to the music making. And you're going to make your own music and it's going to sound great. Alright, so I have a melody. We can work on our bass line next. Honestly, any order you want to work on is fine. So, and I'm just having fun kind of just clicking on notes. Honestly, don't really worry too much about it, especially if, you know, you don't know a whole lot about music theory. You really can't play a wrong note in this. Alright, I'm gonna leave that for now. Cool. And we're gonna add some... a little counter melody. You can actually create a little, with certain sounds, you can actually create a little, trill there. You see it's alternating between the two notes, so that's pretty fun, too. Cool. I'm just clicking around here, but you know what? That's just fine. That will do. So, yeah, once you, pick your notes, you can just create your song. If you want to make your song any longer, you can just extend this bar here. Make this, looks like we only have, yeah, like 16 sort of measures we can use, but that's okay. You can create up to, looks like, 8 different sections of a song. 0 doesn't count. 0 is just kind of like blank space there. So yeah, once you're done populating all of this and you make your song, you know, you can also, change your tempo, make it faster or slower by doing this. A little faster. If you want to put it in a different key, you can. So you have a lot of options available to you. And once you're done with all of that, you can easily save your song as well. So if you click on File, you're going to click Export Song. You can just name it whatever you want. Well, let me put a slash in the name. I'm trying to put the date, but that's okay. And today's not even the 26th, it's the 28th, but whatever. Okay, now if you have outro checked, it's going to add just extraneous silence at the end of your song, so you don't want that checked. You can loop it a few times. Let's say, maybe we're gonna loop it 3 times. You have a WAV file, MIDI file. I'm not sure why you would do a JSON file, but that's okay. JavaScript, I think that is, but yeah. So we're just gonna click Export to WAV file, export, and then your song is downloaded, and that's it. So yeah, it's really simple creating music in Beepbox. It's a lot of fun to use. So I'd encourage you to try it out. Again, regardless of whether or not you are knowledgeable about making music, if you've ever tried it before, it doesn't really matter. It's a lot of fun and you really can't go wrong with Beepbox. So just enjoy it. And yeah, I would love to hear what you make. So if you want to ever send me something on my Twitter, feel free to do so. All right, bye.